Reseller.
Hey guys, it's Holly from Brian, and
Barbara from the Lazy Reseller. I changed my name.
I love that, and I love you have it on here. It's so funny because if you haven't watched this before, Barbara is always saying that she's lazy, but she can't be too lazy because she's constantly getting sales every day. So, what are we going to talk about today, Barbara? What the hell's going on? Summer
No.
slowdown?
No, I'm still selling.
Awesome.
I'm happy if I sell something. Of course, I can't find two items, but that's a whole different issue.
I just had that too. Yeah, I wasn't feeling good earlier in the week, so I put everything on vacation just because I couldn't find two things. I didn't feel good. I'm trying to clear the living room and get ready for starting Beachbody. Um, so yeah, it's I'm hoping I'll reopen again this week, but I just want everything. I don't want to keep having lost items. That's like so frustrating.
Yeah, mine is one item. I don't know where it is. I don't know where it is. I've looked everywhere. I can't find it. And I remember touching it. So, and that's the worst
Yeah.
part because I remember it. And then the other item, oh my God. So I was bringing a bunch of stuff to the Goodwill. And my husband was loading up the car. And he's like, what about this thread up box? And I was like, oh, take it. It goes too. But inside the thread up box was a bunch of stuff that had out where I had stuff that was going out to my resale shed where I store a lot of my stuff. And yeah, the $30 that I sold a $30 Vera Bradley brand new blanket.
Oh my gosh.
I'm
Well,
like,
you can go and have them make a really big receipt for that
oh my
donation.
God. And it wasn't just that. There was some kid shoes. I remember two pairs of kid shoes in there. Offhand, I remember two of them. And there was other things in there.
Yeah.
And I don't even know what they are. So it's going to be like, oh, I can't find it. Probably in the box.
That sucks so bad. I've been like I got more stuff. So I'm putting myself back on restriction from thrifting because I think I've spent like $3,000 this month on stuff Goodwill. Hey Alana, I'm gonna let me see. I'm gonna send you the copy to clipboard. Okay, I'm gonna send Alana. Hopefully, I can figure out how to do a private chat.
I bought a bunch of things from Shop Goodwill recently.
Hey, how do we do a private comment? You did that with somebody.
I did.
I know you did it to me. How do I do it to
On
Alana?
the left, it says private chat on the top.
I know when I went in there, it just went to you.
Then you just type it in. It's everyone who's in the studio. That's not for.
Okay, all right, whatever. I'm just let me see if I can put it in there. Okay, private chat's only for you. I'm just gonna post it. Hopefully, we don't get that weird guy again.
Who knows?
Hopefully, the one in the little crazy.
So,
Okay, so there is the link, Alana, if you want to join us. Okay, so you were talking about.
I bought some stuff on Shop Goodwill too. I bought it out of the Bridgeport, Connecticut. They
Okay.
had penny shipping.
Oh, good.
Um, but the items were more expensive. But I did get some decent items.
Good.
One of the items, or actually, I have a couple over here. So I got this brand new Anthropology.
Is that linen? It looks like linen or real
No, it's actually
cotton.
denim.
Denim. Yep. I think good.
And retails for
I can't see it.
$148. It's a size 2, right? No, it's a size 6. Says 2. Yeah, size 2. It's a denim. It's really cute. I got it for $12.99, but with
But then they
1 cent
also do
shipping.
the handling charge and then
No handling.
oh wow.
No handling. $12.99 tax and the 1 cent shipping.
That's awesome.
So it came out to be like 13 and change. So I think that's worth it
Yeah, definitely. That's
because it's
great.
$148 new. It's Anthropology by Anthropology. Oh, there's Elaine. So I think that I can make some good money on that one. I also got.
Sorry if I look frightful.
No,
Day
you don't.
4 of COVID.
You look fine.
Yesterday was
Also got
horrible, but I'm better today.
this black Orvis.
There.
Oh, okay. I like Orbis. I've actually had a purse by Orbis.
It's
I like
wool, $189 new. This was $12.99 too, from the
Nice.
1 cent shipping with no handling.
Yeah, I had a purse by Orbis that sold like $60, $70.
And then-
Apparently, there's some Orvis that they have at Costco, which is not as good as the other Orvis.
Now this is more of a vintage piece.
Ooh,
Then there's this blazer.
You got a bunch of blazers.
Yeah, well, I picked the blazers, and this is Rag and Bone.
Nice.
It's a size 10, so it's a good size.
Yeah.
It is not new. This was $12.99 also, but I think I can get like $50 for it.
Wow, that's great.
Well, so I had trouble with my rag and bone blazer.
Real.
I had a couple more pieces, but the other thing is I also picked up at, because I use high bid and do the local
Right.
auctions here. So I did a local auction and I spent $200 on one item, or there was 40 of the one item.
Oh, okay. So it was a Gucci. Oh, like the little Gucci shopping bags.
Yeah, it's the paper
Those
one.
resell.
It's green. It's embossed. The Gucci's
They
embossed.
resell. I mean, it's crazy. People are like, "Oh, you bought shopping bags." It's like you don't.
I've sold shopping bags
Yeah.
and eggs.
Yep, Gucci and that.
So
they
it's
charge
I
like
just put them on today, actually a few minutes ago. But I think I bought 40 of them. It cost me about $5 each.
Bro.
But I think I can sell them for anywhere between 25 and
Yeah.
40.
Yeah, I think usually I see them like at 25.
Well, it depends on the size.
Okay.
So I think anywhere between 25 and 40, depending on, I'll sell them right now. I have them listed for 40. I'll leave them on that for a while, and then I'll offer a 10 and then go down. And once I hit 25, then I'll hold on that.
Are they
and
listed
leave
on
it there.
eBay? Just eBay?
No, Poshmark.
Put them on eBay too. I've sold them on eBay.
No, I don't like eBay. It's too many criteria to fill out, and I'm lazy.
Oh, okay.
See?
No,
My new title is the lazy reseller,
I get it.
and I actually changed my Posh Closet to say that.
That's so awesome. I love that. That's
So those were some of the things that I bought. There's a couple other things that I've put away that I got from the Bridgeport, Connecticut.
you know you're gonna make me go in there and start looking at stuff.
There's nothing in there right now.
She bought everything good.
I did. Well, I mean, there's some really nice stuff in there, and there's some crappy stuff. Oh, those are nice.
What are they?
It's an egg boot. It's called the egg boot because it's like an amber colored clear heel that's shaped like an egg.
Is that the brand?
No, the brand is Gray Matters. GREYMATTERS.
Never heard of it.
These boots cost $675.
Oh,
I think I've heard of it before, but I'm not 100% sure.
now I have to look for those because I want to see what the egg is.
Gray
about.
The thing that I really love about Shop Goodwill is that it teaches you brands, because I go in there, I see something that looks expensive, but I don't really know that brand name. I'll look it up and then I know.
It's always good when you learn a new brand.
Yeah. And I mean,
Never ending.
Constantly. And then I've actually found things at the bins and knew that they were something good because I saw it on Shop Goodwill, that brand on Shop Goodwill, and I had researched the brand. So it's definitely building my um
Knowledge base.
like our reseller library of
I call it my knowledge base.
yeah, it's like the reseller knowledge base is getting figured out.
Every time I watch you guys, I end up going to shop Goodwill and start looking. But I think I'm going to the bins on Wednesday, so I just need to confirm it. But then I'll check the local shop Goodwill and see if there's anything I want because I'm going to be there to pick, and I could pick it up.
Yeah,
Not pay shipping.
that's I think everybody kind of does that. If you're a Shop Goodwill
If
person,
you know you're going, yeah.
bins person, it makes perfect sense because that gives you another reason to go to the bins there because you got to pick that item up.
They're
Yeah,
just
see,
a little
mine's not
far.
at the bins.
Oh, it isn't?
Yeah.
They're fixing
No.
the place? Oh,
I have two that are close by to, well, close by. I have
bins?
one that's like 20 minutes away and it's like in a shopping center.
Uh-huh.
And there's a Goodwill, but I'm not attached to it and there's no bins around. And then that's the one up in Statesville, and then the one in Gastonia, which they consider Charlotte. It's nowhere near the bins. It's like 20 minutes away from the bins, and the Gastonia one is like an hour away from my house.
Oh wow!
Where
And
you
I
can
drive
pick
down
this
there.
up?
But
That's
they
like-
have really nice stuff. They have high end stuff, and they also do certificate of authenticity for most of their
Yeah.
high end stuff. But the problem with that is, yeah, you can get, like a Gucci purse, but the problem is you're going to spend $350
Right.
on that Gucci purse because people are willing to spend money on it because it has a certificate versus, spending maybe, $75 to $100 and hopefully it's real, type of thing. So if you're looking for yourself, that's fabulous. I mean, they do certificate of deposit, certificate of authenticity on like all their high end stuff. They pay that extra $25 because they know it'll easily make them that and $100 or $200 more.
But too high to flip.
Too high to flip. But if you're looking for yourself, yeah. The other thing is I've found that you see a lot of is if you're looking at jewelry, a lot of times they'll say it's sterling silver, but they fail to tell you it's also 14 karat gold. And I've picked up several pieces, and when I research it, I find out that there's some big brand names that they just didn't know that it was, and that ends up being my bargain because I picked up the earrings for like $20, but they're worth like $600.
Nice.
So I find that if you know what to look for, you can probably make your money on those type of things. Sometimes it'll say, it might even say 14 karat gold or 18 karat gold and silver, but they don't know what brand it is. And some of the brands that I've run across, they actually put their initials are in the design of the piece of jewelry. So unless you know what you're looking for, you won't see it.
Yeah.
So
I'm trying to look up my Shop Goodwill so I can tell you some of the brands I have coming. And like y'all know, I do New York. New York used to be cheaper. I think you guys are upping the amount that I gotta spend with all this bidding against me stuff. All right, so open orders. So the one I just paid was Hervé Bernard linen jacket. This one was two Boatkin purses. I got this adorned purse, which this is kind of like a collector thing because it has different guitar strap type handles, and it's kind of like a mix and match thing. So it's like you buy the adorned bag with the one guitar strap you wanted, and then you can just buy the other guitar straps separately, so you can mix and match it.
That's pretty cool.
Max Azria, I think this is my
What is
first.
that?
They're shoes. They're
Oh,
like
Uggs.
shoes. And
What
then
size are they?
let me look. They are size, size 37.5, so that's like a
Oh,
7.
that's small. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a
I
7.
was watching another reseller's haul video, and she's looking for a pair of UGG shoes. She
No,
picked them
this
up,
is
but they were a
Max
little loose.
Osria. This is
Mhm.
Max Osria. This is Max Osria. It's a
Oh, I thought you said they were UGG.
huh?
I thought you said they were UGG shoes.
No, Max
Oh, okay.
Osria. Sorry.
That's okay.
This one, Anna
Sui?
Maroon. It's actually gauchos. You remember having gauchos pants?
Are those things you're thinking about or you're watching?
No, these are things that I just paid for.
Oh, okay.
Then I got a Diane von Furstenberg black dress, size 2. I have a Bond Point red varsity wool sweater in red. This one's really kind of cute. If you can see the patches that are on it.
That's vintage?
Yes.
Cool.
And then so that's like my not so famous.
Are your shops open now, or are you still on vacation on your shop?
I have everything on vacation right now because I'm trying to finish some stuff in the living room to set up for beach body. And then Barbara, you're gonna have a heart attack. I mean, even as messed up as it is right now, if you followed me and the pictures of my mounds everywhere, you're gonna freak out when you see how much stuff is out of that living room that you didn't even know I had a couch.
Wow.
So yeah, I've been working hard on getting all of that done. I've gotten in a bunch of items like fruit trees and a seed pod thing that I'm starting a garden because Lord knows we got to start worrying about food. So yeah, I've got like a whole bunch of things that because I want to invest fully and I had 2 items go missing. It's like that's like the really bad thing for me with my anxiety is if something's missing, then I get scared that everything's going to be missing. And so I just need that fear out of my head for a little while so I can make sure that when I do reopen, I'm not having that fear of it not being there take over.
I always have that fear. Every time I sell something, I'm like, oh,
Is it
oh.
there?
In fact, I will, if I'm home, I'll go pull it out first before I accept an offer, just to make sure it's where it's supposed to be. I'm
Yeah,
pretty good at it now,
yeah.
but in the past, I was not as good at.
Yeah, I definitely need
Check.
to get better at that because it paralyzes me almost. Okay, so I'm going to give you a couple names that you probably haven't heard of, but are items that I bought from Shop Goodwill
Okay.
that are resell, should be over $75 for each of them.
Right.
So we have Sinerson Morris, Sinerson. Second word Morrison, Morrison. So I have, oops, what's it do? Where'd you go? To get into it, I have to look at the whole thing. So these are little flats with pointed toe. It's all like really nice leather that they have. It's got a little rope on it, but yeah, those should do about 75, I think 65, 75.
Okay.
Then we have W118 by Walter Baker.
I've heard of that.
You've heard of that one?
Yeah.
Philippe Adec, ADEC.
Nope.
It's got a suit by him, but he's definitely like high end. There's a suit I got from.
Oh, I've heard that before.
I have not heard that one.
Philip Addick. Sounds like you're saying he's an addict. Got a Nike. Oh, these I'm so excited. Oh, this is it's got this order is the one that's got the gray eggs. But this is something I'm really excited about too. It's 1950s Kingpin beige Oxford lace up bowling shoes. I don't know if you can see them with the layer or not, but these are like really cool. And I'm gonna strip them down to the leather and then bring them up on something. So
I don't know what that means, but cool.
it means I'm removing any kind of coating or color that's
Oh, okay.
take
The finish and
it down
everything.
to where it's just right on the leather. And then I'm going to use some different leather dyes to
So they're
paint.
custom.
Yeah, I'm going to like it's going to be in the upcycle department.
Oh, that'd
Uh
be cool. I love upcycled stuff.
Posh Pop Poshtopia.
Okay.
I have a Toomey Tech black jacket.
Toomey?
Toomey
Oh, that's good.
jacket. They
Toomey's
actually
good.
had two of them. I lost the
Didn't know they made that.
Oxford, the size small,
Uh huh.
the size medium, which is better. I'd rather win the medium. And so the small went for more than the medium one. I got Toffs, Toffs. I've got a women's black suede leather skirt that should do about 50. And then another vintage piece, which is Denise Ellie, Elle. She, a lot of her vintage is very high. This is a beaded floor. I don't understand what the floor. It's supposed to be like floral. I guess the beading on it. Trying to get it without
Interesting.
all.
I'm not familiar with that brand either.
Yeah, so that one definitely,
Denise L.
Denise L is a really good one if you're looking for vintage.
When I buy vintage, I'm not usually that concerned with the brand unless it's like high end or something. I go by style and everything.
Yeah, I
But
mean,
that's
that's
neat.
what I'm doing. But when I research that item that I'm interested in, I learn new brands because it ends up being something that's really high. I have a pair of Adidas Stan Smith multicolor. So this is an artist, Stan Smith, where's it at? That has a partnership with Adidas.
Oh, those are cute.
Yeah, like paintings on there. It does need some cleanup.
Those are really cool.
Yeah, so but I mean that's how I find a lot of it. It's just it looks cool. I got some Marmont, I got some Lily Pulitzer, Adriana Goldstein. This is another new to me brand, Caldora, and it is this is like the 100+ range for
Is that vintage?
no, I don't think so. I don't remember if that one. I don't think it is. Let me see. Yeah, no, that's not going to be vintage with that
That's
tag.
cool.
Yeah, so it's Haldora, and oh my gosh, it's real. It price is really good. I think this open front coat probably do like 75. Then I've got a pair of Gucci black suede low heel pumps, size 40.5. It's got the certificate of
That's a
authenticity.
good size.
Yeah, I thought it would be great.
Pretty big.
So there is those Gucci.
Oh, those are nice.
Hey, Lindsay. Oh, Lindsay said Stan Smith is a former tennis player, and that Adidas is always so good for you. Lindsay, if you want to come into the chat, I link above you, like one above you, has the link to join it.
Come on in.
Come on in, let's talk.
Water's fine.
But the Gucci's $38. So I think that's still going to be a good. I don't like going that high, obviously, but for Gucci, I think 38 is is a good buy-in. ASM and ASM, yeah, ASM Anna, I think that's the right name. So it's like a trench, green trench. Trenches are selling right now, big time.
I
But
just sold a
yeah,
vintage trench. I love trench coats.
yeah. So ASM Anna, very nice, high end. That resells high. Doc Martens. I got Henry Cotton, and this one did say for repairs. So I didn't see like where it's torn or whatever in their pictures. So I just have to wait and see, what it is.
What kind of Doc Martens did you get?
The Doc Martens, I've got a couple Doc Martens. These are the men's AW004. It'll
Cool.
flip through. Okay, and then the next one. Yeah, so I spent way too much on her. Trying to go down. That's okay. But I mean, basically, I've got some Gucci. I've got some, several different brands that I didn't know before. So yeah, get your butt on there. And also, another place that I'm actually learning brands for is on the Real, because they have, they have that list
Yeah, I check that out periodically because I
of what
send them things.
stuff.
I
Yeah,
send them some things, not much.
sending them anything. I thought about taking some stuff up, but I don't know.
The percentage is so low that they're giving now. You get 20% if it's $50 or less. That's crazy.
Yeah,
It's really
so
not worth it.
yeah, I mean, I'd rather list it and get the full
Exactly.
profit.
I sent them things that I had listed that weren't selling. Like I had these two vintage pair of Stuart Weitzmans, and I had them in my closet for 2 years. So I sent it to them, and they sold pretty quickly. Didn't get very much for it. It was better than nothing. They were my aunt's. It wasn't even my money, So I'm only sending them things if I'm not having any luck, because sometimes they'll have better luck.
Yeah.
I had some Veronica Beard pants for a year, white jeans, and I don't even think they've sold them yet, but I've had them in my closet and I couldn't sell them. So whatever I can get, even if it's just 20%.
Yeah, most of the white stuff that I get right now, I'm automatically pulling and putting into my pile that's going to be upcycled to like the batik or the tie dye. I just got in my tops. That's the it's like a stamp that you put in the wax and then stamp it on your clothing, so it like acts as the resist for when you dye. I actually designed two. One's a lion, one's a tiger, and they're like this big. I mean,
Wow, that's
pretty
big.
big. And those are going to be on the backs of denim jackets. So I've been
Well, I want to see that.
side, huh?
I want to see that.
Yeah, I've been
I
putting.
don't have time to do stuff like that. I do reverse tie dye. That's it.
Yeah, and this, I mean, you can actually still do it with a reverse tie dye. So yeah, so I'm excited about it. I can't wait to start doing that, but I have to get everything set up. So I've been, hammering at it every single day, do something. And I have probably all of I did actually go against Barbara's thing, and I did drafts in Vimeo that I need to go back in and finish. But I did it because I wanted to already have that basic framework done of my listing, so I can just put in the picture, list it. And then I also have some items that still need a repair or something like that. This way I have it in my inventory. I have like code things that I put in front of a title. So like I put a plus if it's sold, just to kind of then I could go in and set up my account alphabetically, and I could go through and make sure that I don't have duplicates, because I'm finding duplicates like crazy. That's the one hard thing that I've had with Vendo is either I accidentally make two listings because the the listing that I already did isn't showing up in my search for it. So then I think, oh, well, maybe I didn't actually do it. I redo it, and then I sell one thing, and then like a week later, I get another sale. It's like, I just sold this. I'm sure I just sold it. And so it's just because I've been duplicating, and then I also have a couple times been because I'll sell something on one platform, but it won't actually delist on Poshmark or eBay, like one of the other platforms.
I don't use those services, so I don't really know how they work.
Yeah. I mean, I like having Vendu as my place where I have everything, just because when you have multiple
I'm
platforms,
sure it's helpful, but I just don't want to pay for it. I'm too
yeah,
cheap.
Hey, hello.
but I
No,
mean,
me either.
You're the lazy reseller. I'm the cheap reseller.
Yeah, well, I'm cheap too.
okay, so this is how it's for you when you're
Frugal.
lazy. Here's how it works when you're lazy. By having everything in Vendu, there's like some items I put in Tradesy, but a lot of items I don't. So I can't just have to go and print out multiple inventory lists to,
See, complicated. I am too lazy
and
for that.
that's why I use Vendu instead, because I don't
Still
want to
lazy.
go to multiple platforms.
I'm
Too
not
lazy.
for that. I'm too lazy for that.
Too lazy. I have a system. I don't need it. I
Mhm.
maybe could make some more sales if I use something like that, but I'm happy with how things are. I'm part time.
Yes.
I got a full time job, so I'm
Yep.
good.
I agree with you 100%. I don't want to pay for it. I'm too lazy. And this is a side gig. I don't want to have to put in 30, 40 hours a week.
Yeah.
Well, I probably do, but that's also because I have a work from home job where I'm not actually working a lot of the times on
So
that.
did,
So
so
my
did
own
Barbara.
stuff.
Both of you guys are
Well, I
like,
had to work yesterday. I don't normally work on Saturdays, and my COVID was the worst yesterday. I spent most of the day in bed, but I was still, and I was on overtime.
No, I don't work the weekends. My
Well,
job
I
is
normally don't, but the World Series of Poker is 6 weeks in the summer. So normally we don't work on the weekends, but I don't mind for overtime. We keep the phones open and check emails because I work for a streaming app and we stream poker stuff. So during the World Series of Poker, that's where everybody's trying to sign up, and we want to make sure that So for time and a half, I'll do it, especially since I spend all day in bed anyway.
yeah.
well for me. I work for a bank, and I just work as an assistant, an executive assistant, and
Yeah,
I work from home.
Do her thing, and
isn't it great?
Well, I only work from home. Everybody else, well, almost everybody is back. I work from home because I was diagnosed with cancer last year, and they were like, "Yeah, we don't want you coming in." Um, Mostly because I think they're afraid I was going to catch COVID, and then that would
oh
be a
yeah,
problem.
Well, if that happens while you're at work, they're liable, I believe.
Right. So, which is my butt? Why my butt is at home, which
So-
makes me very happy.
You're not going to have to go back. They're going to let you be in an at-home position.
I think so. We're still working out the details, but everybody else is basically back, with the exception of a few of us who have medical issues, that our executives are like, yeah, we're not bringing them back in. And I can do 90% of my work from home. So, I do scheduling, I do travel, I do expenses, which is the majority of my work. I work on some PowerPoint presentations, and I have some projects here and there that I do. So, most of the stuff I can do from home. There's a couple things I can't, but I have a counterpart who is in a couple days a week, and she'll help with that. We have on our floor, there's several assistants, and so there's usually at least one assistant on the floor at all times. So, we call them up and be like, hey, can you help me with this? Intern, I help them with whatever they need. It's
Yeah.
not hard. My job isn't hard. I used to support higher up than what I do now. when I moved down south because I'm from Connecticut, and my when I was up there, I supported someone very high up in the company, and now that I've moved south, I was like, yeah, I don't want to have to do that anymore.
Yeah.
I don't want to be on call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
No,
Um,
I've been
so
an executive assistant. I know what it can be like.
yeah, so and I did. I supported someone who was, right up at the top of the company, and it's 24 hours a day, 7 days a week job.
Too much pressure. Don't need
Yeah,
it.
I mean, you get a call at 3:30 in the morning because the boss forgot to tell you that. The boss is calling to tell you that she's on her way to the airport and she wants a flight, and she forgot she's in London and you're not. So her,
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to deal with a lot of high rollers. And I mean, most of my job is from home. I have to occasionally go to events where there's high roller events. And I've been helping out at our booth at the World Series. But like, I've got people texting me from all over the world about events and stuff. But I mean, I don't have to address it in the middle of the night. But other than that,
Yeah, when my last company that's the type of thing. We had people all around the world, and I'd get emails. I'd wake up in the morning, and the first thing I do is I pick up the phone to see what needs to be done right away. And the last thing I do before I go to bed is look at that phone one more time to make sure there isn't anything coming up. But the job I have now is not like that. All my people, I do have people in London, but they're not. I'm not. I don't support them. I support that group, but not necessarily them.
Those personally.
So it's not a bad job. It's easy. It's much less stressful than my last job, and I get to work from home, which saves me an hour each way travel.
oh,
Yeah,
nice.
that's great. And that hour you can invest back into your business.
Oh, the heck with the business! I can sleep that. Remember, lazy reseller right here. I don't want to have to do that. No, I enjoy being an assistant, so I don't know. But so I've been working on my death pile and buying more in the process. Um, but I condensed down some more. I have a she shed slash reseller shed, and I had condensed down a bunch of it, and I'm condensing down even more. So I got rid of another like 20 bags and condensed them down into, I open a box and there's like 5 things in it. And I'm like, I got a tub here with 5 things in it, and I've got, 6 bags that have like 3 things in it. So I've been
Oh, yeah.
condensing down.
I'm constantly refilling as I go. I don't start a new box if there are, in fact, today, all the boxes I have stuff all over my house. Like there's 20 boxes in here. Every room has stuff. But anyway, I went through all the boxes upstairs and I wrote down what there's space for on all those boxes so I can start filling them in instead of. So I'm constantly doing that.
So I just condense down. And because I'm lazy, I don't change the information in Poshmark. I just take the label from the one thing and stick it on the outside of the other thing.
Whatever works for
So
you.
I have a tub that's got like 6 labels on it for all different number bins or letters or numbers or whatever that I happen to name that particular bin. Yeah, because I'm, so once again, I'm lazy.
That's not just lazy though. I mean, that's working smarter. You know what I
Well,
mean?
it
Like,
is, but it's also it's only because I'm lazy that because I had originally gone in and changed all of them when I moved when I moved stuff from one bin to another and condensing it down. Originally, I went into Poshmark and changed each one, and I'm like, oh my god, this is like work.
And it's time you could be using to list or share or do things that are going to promote sales or nap. I'm not a napper, but if that's what you like to do.
Okay, lazy reseller here. I'm lazy more than I have to. If you saw my photos, they're not the best photos in the world.
Oh, I'm pretty anal about my photos.
Nope, don't care.
Yeah.
I don't. You know what?
My photos got better. My sales went up. So.
Well, my first photo will be good, and then the rest of them, yeah, forget it. But I do great in sales. I mean, I don't have any trouble. Like my car payment comes from my Poshmark sales, so that's what I pay on. So, as I said, I'm pretty lazy. I don't do more than I have to.
My new AC unit came from Poshmark for my house, my HVAC, the whole thing, and my taxes. I made enough to cover all my taxes with a little bit left over.
Hey, you know what? You buy what you want. I mean, you work for it. So, like for me, I bought a car. And I bought myself a gem tester.
A what? A gem tester.
Yeah.
Yeah, one
I'm
of
just
these.
saving for retirement. I'm not buying myself things. I want to
Well, I
retire.
sell a lot of jewelry.
Right. No, so that's not really
Yeah.
like treating yourself. That's something you need.
No, yeah, totally. I totally need it. So
I don't
I
do
use
jewelry.
I use it quite often, to see if any of the stones are real or not.
What does that thing cost?
236. I mean, they're not cheap.
No, but
Yeah, but it's an investment into your business.
you make your money back and you're not selling things you
Yep.
think are real that aren't real that could
Yep.
Right. So that's the thing. I've been waiting to buy it and I bought it. Like my big investments are this big box that lit up behind me. I have a smaller box, but I've managed to somehow lose the cord for that one. Don't even discuss that. That's a bad subject. It's somewhere in this room. Fabulous.
show up when you move.
No,
Yeah.
I'll find it eventually. Because I clean up stuff and then I'm like, oh, here it is. Why is it inside the bag? And then I bought a Rollo printer was another big investment. And I bought a new laptop. So, I mean, I put a lot of money in, but now I won't need, now that I have all the basics, I don't have any real need to spend on anything, which is why I bought a car, because now that money is free for something else. And what it is, it's for the car.
Yeah, I don't use a light box. I just use a ring light, but I use photo room, so I don't need that.
I can't do a photo.
Don't use a Rollo.
Oh, that is.
It's like everything you guys are poo-pooing is stuff.
I'm not poo-pooing at all, but if I make an average of less than 5 sales a day, I don't need one, and I use instant ink, so it's really economical.
For me, it's not the cost, it's the time. Like I
how
literally
many sales a day do you make?
I'll print, a label, right? And just stick it on. I mean, it saves you time because it's not just ink; it's also the tape and the paper and the ink.
I get the pouches from the post office for free. I just stick it in a pouch.
Oh yeah, that's a way to do it. But this here, it saves me. Oh look, I just sold something.
Me too.
I just sold
Chico's Capris.
No, Michael Kors V-neck black
I declined her offer.
The chat works. We get sales.
It just came through.
I think that happened last time we were on. Everybody was getting sales.
Well, it's a clear out.
For me, the Rollo printer was a game changer for me.
Yeah.
I mean, if you don't mind cutting it all out and taking the time to do it, I am like, to me, as once again, I'm lazy. So for me to peel it off and slap it on.
Right. See, you're lazier than you are cheap. I'm cheaper than I am. It's like I have Hulu and I pay 99 cents a month. And my friend says, I don't like to watch commercials, so I pay more. I said, I don't like to pay more, so I watch commercials.
Oh, please. I have Time Warner and we're Spectrum now. And I have Time Warner. That was the only thing, but it was either that or Dish. And I've had TV. I've had Time Warner forever. So I called them up and I'm like, I don't have these channels anymore.
Yeah.
And what the heck is up with that? And, like going over all this stuff. And they're like, your package is so old. We don't even have a list anymore. You're paying like a quarter of the price of everybody else. I'm like, okay, I'll stop complaining now.
Yeah, I gave up TV. I just have Hulu and Prime and like free things like Roku channel.
Yeah, no, my husband is likes to watch all that stuff, which is fun.
I watch TV all day, but I mostly watch YouTube videos, and then I'm watching going all the way through Frasier again, watching the whole series.
Oh, I could do without TV. Yeah, I'm not a big TV watcher, and what I do watch is usually like HGTV.
Oh, I still love HGTV.
Well, for me, it's on. It's not even that I'm watching it.
It's just there.
Yeah, it's like noise.
Oh yeah,
no, I'm not a big. I'm not a big TV watcher. I was when I was younger, but not anymore. I'd rather be doing other things like, watching YouTube.
Well, I have it on while I'm working all day, but a lot of YouTube videos.
Oh, yeah. That's what I usually watch when I'm working is the YouTube videos.
And on the treadmill. YouTube videos are the best thing for the treadmill.
Oh, no, I can't. Treadmill, I'm lazy. I can't walk. What are you, crazy? You make sweat.
I have to have osteoporosis, so I need to.
No, I'm overweight and I should be doing it more than you.
That strengthens my bones. Well, I'm underweight and I have osteoporosis, so hitting the ground with your foot is the only thing that helps build bone.
Well, so true. But on the other hand, I just need to get moving and stop eating chocolate.
Well, y'all join my group.
No, I don't like to sweat.
I don't
No,
like to sweat either. I don't work that hard.
I would rather cut back my food than to exercise.
no, I'm doing Tai
No, but it doesn't work that way.
Tai
You need
Chi is
both.
just like
No,
slow
too lazy.
movement.
You'll pay the price.
Well, I can easily I've done it before where I cut out soda. I used to drink soda like morning, noon, and night. It doesn't make a difference.
I don't
Yeah.
drink soda at all.
And I don't drink it anymore. I totally don't drink
Me
it.
either.
I lost 50 pounds just from soda alone.
Amazing. Yeah, with the Tai Chi that I'm starting June
Ooh,
26th,
Tai
I've got it.
Chi.
Yeah, I'll send you a link if you're interested in joining
I'm
my.
not, I'm not a Tai Chi person. I don't see
I
myself
thought
doing
it would be
like
a
that.
great intro for people like us that are older, disabled. I'm not going to be jumping in and doing Sean T's dance the pounds off, even. I'm not even at that level. So the Tai Chi, I think, will be really good for me because that way it's slow movement, it's no impact, it's got stretching in there.
I need impact. I need impact.
Well, you can do fire and flow then.
My favorite class ever, I used to take Krav Maga, which is basically like
Yeah.
a fight club. And
They
I
actually
loved
have-
it.
Beachbody actually has a program called Fight Club, and it's literally a Krav
Krav
which
Maga, Israeli martial art. That's Israeli
yeah,
self-defense.
actually the coach and the new program they just started that's Fire and Flow. One of the coaches, Jericho, she always is adding in martial arts as part of the exercises.
I'm too feeble and old now.
Yeah, you'll have to look at it, see if that's what you want, if something you would like to do. But
What is that like done like on your own with the on TV? Oh yeah, I can't do that.
Yeah, but
I can't exercise at home. I have to go to the gym because if I go to the gym to exercise, I either exercise or I need to leave. But if I'm home, I'm always going to find something else to do. Like, I'm going to exercise. Wait, I need to do this.
Well, you have like what I've done is I set up a group and you can do that above.
I saw it. I got it in the email or something.
Yeah, and if
not really me.
The group, then you're actually doing the program with other people, and you can take like the iPad or something like that to the gym and play it. Get some wireless headphones, and you can actually play the thing and do that workout there at the gym. So you've got the weights, you've got the cords, you've got everything you need. There's some programs that you have to have the weightlifting equipment.
Yeah, I would not do that
to do them. So that's what a lot of people that do.
What about swimming, Barbara? Have you ever tried? Can you go swimming?
Yeah, swimming's good.
Oh, I swim like a fish.
I swim regularly, but it's the one thing it doesn't do is build bones, so I have to alternate it.
For me, swimming is not a problem. I just can't find some place to swim down here. I used to belong to LA Fitness, and they had a pool, and for me, I'd swim easily an hour back and forth up and down the lane, so no problem.
Yeah, that's good.
Even at this weight,
burn a lot of calories. Yeah, I have a house in Sun City. I live just outside of it, but we have indoor pools, outdoor pools. You get your own lane. So that's where I go swimming and where I use the gym.
Yeah, no, I wish we had a pool. They have an LA Fitness, but it's like an hour away, and there's just no way.
Yeah,
I'm gonna.
I wouldn't either.
Yeah, I love to swim. I can swim. Of course, I have built-in flotation devices, so that helps. But yeah, I would swim, but I don't. I won't swim in a lake.
Yeah.
We have a huge lake. I'm not on it, but it's not far from me. I won't swim in the lake because people drown in there all the time because it used to be a big valley and then they dammed it up and they never took anything out.
So
there's houses, there's trees, there's graveyards, there's
like in the water.
Yeah, and people jump in the lake and then never come up.
No. Plus, it'd be too cold. I mean, the pools that I swim in are at like 88 degrees.
Oh no, I don't mind. I don't mind the cold water.
It's a senior community. It's got to be hot.
Oh no, I'd swim in cold water. It doesn't bother me in the least.
Oh yeah, I can't do it anymore.
Oh no, none of that bothers me. I mean, I could swim in anything. And
what a scary lake! I've never heard of such a thing.
Oh yeah, it's not uncommon.
We have like in Georgia where I grew up till I was 12. There's Clark's Hill, and it is one of those the what do they call it?
Like a fake lake, like Lake Castaic is a man-made lake.
Yeah.
I will only swim in a natural lake, which is what I grew up.
And
with.
they created
No.
this.
Those are creepy.
This lake, and that's like I grew up in that lake. But when I was stationed in Germany, we had a lake, Vogelstein, and it has like a lot of underwater vegetation, and we were constantly having to pull bodies out of there because their legs would get caught up in the vegetation and they would drown.
Our lake was safe. There was not excessive vegetation. It was natural. I mean, if you're
see that there's a big difference between the two.
That's what I'm used to.
I grew up on Long Island Sound, and the water was always so contaminated I wouldn't swim in it.
No.
So I always swam in pools, and I don't mind swimming. It's just I don't have anything down here. I can't find anything.
That's too bad.
But just think, guys, summer people are starting to work out, so get all of your athletic wear listed. Put that as front of the list right now, because getting your athletic wear listed right now, it's going to get those people that have changed their words, that they're like looking at summer and they're not feeling comfortable in what they're wearing, and so that way they can they may start an exercise program, so they're going to need that.
I don't buy much athletic wear. I don't do well with it. And it's
I'd
boring. Like going through leggings at the thrift store is boring. If I see it at the bins, that's one thing. But just a whole row of black leggings.
Yeah, that's boring. I sold something else.
Yeah.
Oh, what'd you sell? What'd you sell?
A pair of shoes.
Cool. Love selling
I'm
shoes.
not selling anything because I got all my clothes. I didn't shut.
You're on vacation.
eBay, though. I didn't close my eBay.
Well, I'm not particularly happy that I sold something because it's going to be nearly 100 degrees here for next week.
So?
I don't like the heat. It's hot.
Well, what's that got to do with selling?
I have to go out to my resale shed and go get it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no. Everything I have is in the house, and I have the postman pick my stuff up most of the time.
I have a husband for that.
Well, I don't, so I have to use the postman. I do have.
He takes your box of thread up that you need.
I know. I was sent one the other day. Picked the big box up, took it away.
I'm like my husband brings it, so that's not a problem. Or I can bring it, but it's it's gonna be 100 degrees here for the next.
You can't impress me with your heat. I live in Las Vegas.
Okay, listen, it's wet and sticky.
You do. No, I know what that's like.
And I don't like
South
it.
Florida. I live in Fort Lauderdale.
Listen, I moved south, and believe me, I'd be much happier in the snow.
Why did you do that?
I moved down to take care of my father.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna move to a place with winter when I retire and after my mother's gone.
Well, and here I am down south, and I hate the heat.
Why didn't you make him move to you? He wouldn't.
This was his first house he ever bought.
Oh.
And him and my mother bought the house, and they were very proud of it, and that's where I'm living right now. So I am now living down here because he's passed away, and I'm taking over all the payments on everything.
Oh, so you're staying even though he's not there anymore.
Well, yeah, because I can't afford to move back up north.
Yeah.
I'm from Connecticut. I can't afford to live up there.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's always the issue. Is where can you afford to live?
Well, you can't afford to live in Southern Fairfield County.
Mm.
It's one of the most expensive places around.
I don't know where I'm going to end up. I don't want to stay in Vegas, but
let me tell you, there are a lot. Well, I don't know how expensive Vegas is, but it's nowhere near as expensive as.
Oh, no. And I have 2 houses that I own outright. So that's not the issue. I just don't want to stay here.
For me, it's
Canada.
Like the amount of money I can get for this house wouldn't even make a down payment on the houses up there. Yeah. I mean, Westport, I'm from Norwalk, but Westport is where I've spent a lot of majority of my adulthood working. I worked for the ambulance there and stuff. And their houses, the average house price is $2 million.
Yeah.
If I sold this house, it doesn't even pay for 20% down payment.
You don't go into retirement buying something that is gonna pinch you.
Oh yeah, I mean, the prices are crazy, and I'm here in Charlotte area, and the prices have gone through the roof. I mean, like
Yeah.
ridiculously gone through
I
the roof.
bought my house for 125,000. These exact, because it's a Habitat for Humanity house. Habitat is now just sold another one in our neighborhood. Like we had somebody that sold it back to Habitat um for, I think it's 263. So
That's not bad.
now, I mean, we've over doubled
Oh no, down here it's
our
even
down.
worse. It's even worse.
It's
Like
more
this
than
house was originally like $90,000, and now it's like 267,000, I think. And mine is a crappy house. If you get one of the nicer houses, a friend of mine down the street bought her house at $260,000, and it's now worth 700.
Wow.
yeah.
The
I
prices
used to
because they're trying to get out of Charlotte.
Right. I used to look at I sold a condo in LA before I moved here, and I used to keep track of what it's worth on Zillow, and now I can't because it's so upsetting. I was like, I should have just kept it and rented it out because, I mean, like a tiny 2 bedroom apart condo, the prices are insane.
Oh
But
yeah.
fortunately, when I bought this house that I live in, the market was high, and for the next 10 years, it was worth about 80,000 less than I paid for it. But now it's finally worth about 100,000 more than I paid for it. So I
Yeah.
got lucky. And then my other house, I bought that in the 90s. So I paid I think I paid 142 for that house or 140. It's worth close to 400 now, but I have upgraded. Like I built a room onto it, so that's worth something. But yeah, between the two houses, I should be able to sell them and live somewhere. But I don't want a house again. I'm tired of the responsibility of a house.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to get a condo, even though I don't like condos, but I want to travel, and it's hard to leave a house. But a condo, you can lock it up and go because, somebody's there if the building burns down.
Yeah.
Right.
Or that type of thing where if you get a condo with like a ton of other condos, or like almost like a high rise condo, then nobody's going to know when you're away. It's not like, oh look, there's newspapers piled up in front of
Right,
the house.
exactly. And maybe if I can get out of my shell, I might actually know my neighbors so I can let them know, hey, I'm not going to be here. Keep an eye on things.
Yeah, I mean, I get that. But ours is a really small house. It's like less than 1,500 square feet. It's a 3 bedroom, 2 bath. It's a split. And it's good because it's just my husband and I. And how much room do we really need?
Well, same with me. My house is
obviously
too big for me.
Death pile.
Yeah, well, you have the shed. My house is about 1,650 square foot, and I'm by myself. But it's literally a warehouse in here. I don't have a place to put a shed or anything like that.
Yeah.
I want a smaller places because I don't clean much because I'm the lazy housekeeper. And I want a place where I have less room and less stuff. So maybe I have a fighting chance of keeping it in decent condition.
Yeah.
But I don't know what would happen to my inventory.
Well, I've been switching a lot to jewelry, so that it takes up a lot less space.
Yeah, but I don't like jewelry. I like thrift stores and clothes and shoes.
I know, so do I, but which is why I haven't gone exclusively to jewelry. But the jewelry does help me smaller things. The other thing is, I've been trying to be more selective for things that either I know are good brands, or brands like what Holly's doing is finding brands that are very expensive brands that are not well known, but you still make money on it.
Yes.
So that's what I've been trying to do. It's really it's sort of like catch-22. You can't put too much into one bucket without making sure that bucket's going to be okay.
Well, when it comes to paying up, I've only recently in the last 5 or 6 months started allowing myself to pay up because after 2.5 years, I feel like I know what I'm doing more.
Mm-hmm.
So I figure if I take a chance on paying up, like say $20 for a pair of boots, I obviously am not buying it just to make my money back. But if I know the worst case scenario is I'll make my money back, it's worth the risk because the risk is only that I won't make money, but not that I will lose money. But correct. I discovered, what was the brand? Oh, Chippewa boots. I wasn't familiar with Chippewa boots, and I've bought them 3 times. The last pair I paid $20 at Best Rent Industries, and I sold them for $150. I will never turn down a pair of Chippewa boots if they're $20 or less.
Yes,
you can pick up.
Yeah, for me, I'll be, I try to find stuff, but I have not been out to stores. because with the cancer and everything.
Are you in
Um,
remission?
hmm?
Are you in remission?
Yeah, they did a hysterectomy
Oh, yeah,
and
I had
removed
that.
everything. And I went. My 1 year was in the end of April, and it's showing good on that. So
Was yours done laparoscopically?
yeah.
Mine was not. They sliced me open, and to this day, I don't understand why.
Damn.
It depends on different factors. I had asked about that, but
I
they
didn't
did
know
mine.
that.
They did mine, and I had
Endometriosis.
endometrial cancer. So
I
mine
had
came,
fibroids, so that might be why they had to do it
oh,
that way.
that could be. So mine came out fairly easy, but like I just haven't been taking the chance of going out and getting COVID.
No, no, you
Um,
shouldn't. You absolutely shouldn't. There's. I mean, I love to thrift and everything, but if it comes down to your health, there's alternate routes you can take.
well, that's what I do. I do thread up, and I
Yeah,
do.
I don't do
Um,
any of those things, but if I had to, I probably would because
well,
it's
I
not
do that. And even when I go, the only
right.
place I really go is we go grocery shopping because I
Uh,
like to pick out my fruits and vegetables and
me
meats
too.
because the person who's going to buy it is not going to be selective.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
But we try to go at times where it's not going to be busy.
I was just gonna say, pick your hours too.
Right.
So
So we usually go, like, we went this morning at 9 o'clock because I'm in the South and everybody's at church. So
Okay.
there was like nobody in the store. If there was a dozen people in the store, including the workers, there would have been a lot.
oh, perfect.
We will go out for dinner
Mhm.
on Saturday, but we go at like 5 o'clock and we go to like IHOP with the other senior citizens.
Early bird special.
Like there's nobody around us. Like
Nice.
we're very particular. We'll be asked, I'll say, can we sit over here where there isn't a lot of people?
Right.
And then we kind of hurry up, eat, and leave, type of thing. So I haven't really gone to like the store. I actually went into Walmart for the first time since the pandemic, and I was like, "There's people in here. It's very people-y in here." I didn't get very far into the store. I got like until like I got to the. We were looking for sunglasses for my husband. He one of the ones that goes over glasses. We got a
Oh,
small
yeah,
jewelry department, and which is like 20 feet inside the store. And I was like, "There's too many people in here. I don't like it in here."
Walmart's scary and during the best of times.
I know, but we also went on an odd time, so it wouldn't be a lot of people. You kind of have to, do that. But that's the first time in like since the pandemic started that I've been, to that. So I've been,
And it's never going to end. It doesn't seem
well,
like
it's gonna end.
I don't know.
It'll end.
I mean, I went all these 2 years without getting it, and then the stupid World Series of Poker.
Well, that's all right. One of my best friends has been,
And I gave it to my mother. I'm waiting to
That's-
hear if she got her test back, but I'm sure she has it.
my best friend got the vaccine, and she still ended up with it.
I've had all four. The vaccine. No, wait, three. I've had the vaccine and then both boosters.
Yeah, I've had. Yeah, well, she has too, and she still ended up with it, which is why I'm being, very particular about.
Well,
what
I
do.
think that I don't think it really keeps you from getting it as much as it's supposed to keep it from being as bad as it would be.
Correct.
I can't imagine. I mean, I felt like such crap yesterday. I can't imagine how bad it would have been if I hadn't had the booster. But I really wanted to get away without this.
My son works
So annoying.
at the jail, and obviously jails are a hotbed for COVID.
Are they?
Yeah, and neither of us actually were vaccinated because we have stuff going on medically.
Uh-huh.
They told us to wait until after those procedures, and he did finally get it, and it wasn't that bad because I started feeling sick too after he came home not feeling good. But I mean, it honestly, I shut down my closet for 2 weeks just to be safe and not send out any contaminated stuff.
I didn't do that, and I'm still sending stuff, but I don't believe germs from COVID lives on things especially if it's sitting in a truck. Like, I can't imagine by the time they get it in 3 days that there's.
Yeah,
I just found out about it.
For me personally, I feel safer that if
Yeah.
I'm sick, I'm not touching something.
Well,
Yeah,
I
there's
didn't even
nothing wrong
take
with
the
that.
I didn't take the test right away. That's the problem too. I
Yeah.
Well, my
thought,
best friend
oh
didn't
no,
either.
another cold. Because I get when it turns to summer here, I often get a cold because the air conditioning and the fans, they make me sick.
Yeah.
And so I had a cold like last month too, and I tested and it wasn't anything. So I was like, oh, that again. And
Yeah.
then this high roller, he at the World Series, he ended up with it, and it didn't turn into a cold. I'm like, yeah, I better test myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been lucky and I'm happy with that. And now, I'll continue.
Well, I don't think you're
Um,
just being lucky because you're being very careful. You're making
well, yeah.
Yeah.
smart
I mean,
decisions and really minimizing your odds of
right.
encountering.
Well, I've been minimizing as much as I can because, when you
Yeah.
have, you get the cancer.
Well, your
Hello.
cancer and the hysterectomy, your immune system is down. I've never had bronchitis, but 3 weeks or 5 or 6 weeks after my hysterectomy, I had bronchitis, which I'd never had because my immune system was weakened. And then I had it again later in the year, but I haven't had it since
Oh
because
yeah,
it's
it'll
strong
take,
normally. But so
yeah, like your body takes a while to readjust to the fact that there's a part of it
and
missing.
it was
And
weird. Like, did you feel like almost like you could almost feel your organs starting to sink and fill in the
yes,
space? Was that
yes,
weird?
it is the weirdest feeling. I could feel everything shifting, and I was like, I can feel stuff shifting. People are like, really? And I'm like,
I did not
yes.
have that happen. I had a total and complete at 33, and I didn't have any of that.
I did. It was so
I
bizarre.
had
I'm like, I
like
feel things moving.
but I'm wondering if because I had already been opened up for uh um yeah, no, that's when yeah, because I had a
Maybe also I had more space because the fibroids made my stomach like she said I was about like a trimester pregnancy. My stomach was that big
yeah,
from the fibroids. So it was all stressed out. So besides
Heck,
losing all that, I also lost the fibroids. So I had all that space.
I
yeah,
think that I'm also because I'm heavy, that the weight of it just shifts. But it was very weird. I could feel it shifting, and I said that to people, and some people were like, "Really?" And I'm
You're
like,
the only
"Yes,
person I've ever said it to. And it's funny that you felt it. I just remembered it. It's like I could kind of feel it moving around.
yeah." So
yeah.
yeah,
The
so for
worst
me that
one
was a
for
big thing.
me was my son was born because he had inhaled the Marconium. I forget what the word is. But so he's in the hospital for a week, and now I just ran off and forgot what I was talking about.
Surgery of some
Oh,
sort.
oh no, the thing that felt weird because he was sick and I had the green water. They put tubes into the uterus when they closed me up. I had these two tubes coming out of my stomach that fed into these bottles, like a ketchup bottle. I had those two, and luckily I had a robe that had pockets on either side. So I would walk around with my little
Ew.
emptying shit out thing. But that when that was done, when it had finished draining and everything, and they pulled those tubes out, that was the weirdest feeling I've ever. It felt like snakes were running through my gut.
That's weird. I
It
never heard of anything like that.
Yeah,
But
neither have I.
other than the hysterectomy, I'd never even spent a night in a hospital or anything. But
No, I've spent the night in the hospital.
yeah,
I couldn't get my heart to go down. It was doing 145.
oh. Is that like tachycardia?
Yeah, it was actually atrial flutter is what it was
Oh wow.
from sleep apnea.
Oh, do you sleep with a CPAP?
No, I can't. I can't sleep.
So how are they controlling your sleep apnea? Or they're not?
There's supposed to be something new that it's an implant.
Yeah, once again, cutting me open in the middle of a pandemic. Unless I absolutely have to, not happening.
You need to take care of yourself. Take care of that. Well, not get cut open, but it
Well,
will
no, I
probably
haven't had
also
that.
help your sleep apnea if you lose weight.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
So for health, the only way I could lose weight when I was heavy was when I decided to focus on health more than on caring about what I look like. And now, of course,
Right.
I'm thin, but that's another story. I have, issues with food. And
Well,
now
for me, I have lost 6 pounds in the last month.
Excellent.
I lost 3 pounds on Saturday, but the COVID took my appetite. I could like not really eat
Yeah,
or
well,
except water.
that's typical. I no, my goal is 5 pounds a month.
That's perfect. That's the way to do it. Slow and steady.
Well, what I do is I'll cut out one thing, and then because when I was doing it before, I had cut out all caffeine when I took out the soda, and I did this, and I took out like chocolate, which has got a lot of caffeine in it too,
Yeah.
and I had the world's worst headaches.
Yeah.
It took me a while to get that, and I had gotten down quite a bit in weight, but then my best friend had from high school passed away from breast cancer,
Oh, I'm
and
sorry.
it just set me off into a tizzy. Um, and so what I'll do is I'll cut out one thing at a time. Like I'll cut out something like, and just in general, like won't drink orange juice anymore.
Yeah, that's just calories and sugar.
Right. Well, that's what I mean. Like, but have an orange instead would be a better choice than having the thing. So what I do is I try to switch things up and like cut it out, but add something in.
The weird thing about, okay, when I was heavy, if I was stressed or upset, like with your friend, it would cause me to eat, of course. But once I lost all the weight, now whenever I'm upset or stressed or whatever, I lose my appetite. It is the weirdest thing. How that just
for me, it
switches.
doesn't make a difference. Happy, sad, content, mad, whatever. I'll eat anyway.
Yeah, I'm a binge eater.
No, for me, it's the sweets. It's the sugar.
Oh, and that too. I'm all about the dessert, but I haven't given up.
I'm all about the carbs.
Moderation and put everything in the freezer so I know I can have it later.
And then like carbs, like pasta, rice, potatoes, corn. Like all that stuff is always big for me.
Yeah, I'm a big bread person.
But I had a friend of mine was weighing close to 400, and she got down to 120.
Wow.
And what she did was, she lives alone, which helps. I live with a husband, which makes it much more difficult. But she would, for what she did, so she would come home and she would buy, say a half gallon of milk. And then what she would do is she would then take that half gallon and break it down into serving sizes.
Yeah.
So everything in her refrigerator was broken down into a serving size. So when she wanted something, she could take whatever she wanted and add up the calories, and she would know that, like if she was still hungry and she'd only had, 10 calories left, she'd have, lettuce or celery or, like something along those lines, or she could still eat something. And so she broke everything she bought was broken down. So if you open up a refrigerator, there's like, 20 glasses of like, milk or orange juice or whatever that she wanted. And she cut nothing out of her diet. Like she still had chocolate, she still had ice cream, but like you open up a refrigerator, it was serving sizes of everything.
Yeah. See, I also, besides having osteoporosis, have high cholesterol. So I can't have cheese. I don't eat pizza generally because of my cholesterol. I don't have ice cream. I have frozen yogurt. So when when it's health related, it's much easier for me to resist. Though I'm still like, I've got a can of icing in my refrigerator. Birthday cake's my favorite all-time food. Buttercream icing is.
Yeah.
My friend used to, for my birthday, would buy me a pint of it. So finally I was like, okay, do not buy that for me this year. I can't.
My right now, this is my.
What is that? Baker's dipping chocolate.
What it is it's these little wafers.
Yeah.
And you get, 6 wafers a serving.
Yeah.
And what I do, instead of melting them, when I want something sweet,
dip them in icing?
No, this is chocolate. This one, they have different flavors, but this is chocolate. I will just literally just put this in my mouth and let it melt. It melts, and I can get all the satisfaction of the sugar and the chocolate, but one wafer versus a serving size is 6 wafers for 80 calories.
Okay.
So this is basically like a 12-calorie piece of chocolate.
That's cool.
And I buy it in
person. I'm definitely a savory.
I'm not a salty person or savory. I'm if I can get something that's starchy, like carbohydrates and sugar.
Yeah, carbs.
Oh, and cheese.
And then my snack, when I do have the sweet craving, I mixed regular steel cut oatmeal, not like the instant kind, but the regular. I put a bunch of raisins in it, and then I used like almond butter, or what's the other one? I got sunflower
Oh, I
butter.
just made another sale.
Look at us.
Closet clear message. Oh, method. I'm so happy I sold this because it has a broken zipper. So I was like giving lowball offers to people because I just needed to make my money back on it. It's a Betsy Johnson backpack with a sort of broken, like it just gets stuck about this far from being completely closed, but it's so cute. You could still use it.
Yeah. Oh, we
lost Barbara.
There's Barbara's back.
No,
There's
I had to
Carol.
sneeze.
Oh my God, how nice of you. I would just let you people hear my nasty, my loud sneeze.
I was like, oh.
So we've been on for an hour and 15 minutes.
All right.
Everybody needs to go list. How many is everybody listing?
Oh, that's right. 5 a day for me. I always list 5.
5 a day for.
Sometimes I'll do some relists instead if I'm short on drafts, or I have some consignment customers. So like if I list a consignment one, I try to make that an extra one so that there's always 5 new listings that are where I get 100%.
Right.
But as long as I'm at least listing 5 a day, I'm happy.
Yep.
I try not to put more pressure on myself. How many do you list a day normally?
Barbara and I usually do 10.
Okay.
Are you?
That's pretty good, Barbara, for part time.
Well, some days I do better than others. But I have been I cheat and I count my my Gucci bags because I put 10.
That's fine.
It's a little cheat. I mean, it's one item that I took pictures of, but I put 10 of them down. I'm hoping.
Yeah, exactly. I got like these network video cameras, and I got 2 batches of them for. It was kind of crazy because Shop Goodwill was like, they had singles listed for $9.99. I was like, that's a little high for kind of an off-brand security camera. And then I looked farther, and then they had, besides the single listings, they had 2 listings that were for a 3-pack for the same $9.99. So I've been hanging on. I got them, and I should be able to sell them separately.
When do you think you're gonna take your closet off vacation?
As soon as I finish the living room.
When do you think you're gonna finish the living room?
I'm finishing it this week.
All right, cool.
Because I will start my programs start on the 26th, and so I want to be ready. I need to do whatever I need to do. But yeah, like right now, you can actually sit on my couch.
Well, I can't sit on my couches, but I have to keep stuff on my couches for 2 reasons. I have a lot of stuff, and if I take it off, my cat pees on them.
Oh no!
So like this weekend, I would have really liked to be able to lie on the couch instead of having to go back up to bed, but it's too much work, and then I have to put the stuff back on there because if I turn my back for 1 second, that little brat is going to pee on them.
Well, I have.
Oh, what's that?
Desktop air conditioner.
Oh, that's cute. I see those listed all the time, and I always thought they were like a scam.
Are you selling it, or is it yours?
I got a group of 5, and I'm selling some and keeping some.
You don't have central air in your house?
Oh yeah, I do.
Okay, so what do you use that one for? Just to
be extra.
The fan is on. You see the fan?
Yeah.
That's on no matter what. It's on 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year.
I've got a fan on.
Oh, dude, I'm the same way as Barbara.
I need to have cold.
In the living room.
Oh yeah, I don't have cold.
Sweating.
Yeah, I can just sit there and sweat. I don't want to do that. So yeah, I picked up this.
No, that's pretty cool. How much are those
I got 5 of them.
How much are they retail?
About $35-$40.
That's it?
Used, not full, not retail, but used $35-$40. But
Okay.
they're really cute. They're small, and I'm happy with that. But I'll I bought 5 of them for $7.99.
Wow.
Wow. Good for you.
So I have one for me, one I gave to a friend of mine, and 3. And this is one of the 3 that I'm going to sell.
That's great because that pays for the ones you kept and you make money.
Yeah.
So this is one of the things that came up on Shop Goodwill.
What is that?
Still kicking myself for not going ahead and bidding on it. It's called
Microclimate.
Yeah. So it's actually a helmet you put on that has HEPA.
It's a helmet?
It's a helmet that you wear instead of wearing a mask. You wear this, and it filters any air coming in and out.
I don't think I could wear that. It's over your whole head. I'm claustrophobic.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't even take fencing for very long because the thing we had to put on our head made me a little claustrophobic. That is so. Oh my god!
But it was
Well,
already.
it has a window though. I don't know.
It was already like.
How much is that? How much is that retail?
Retail at $299.
And how much was it on Goodwill?
It had already gotten up to $50.
Oh, okay.
So I was like fighting with myself over it. And then I just finally was like, yeah, I'm not going to put $50.
Did you want it for you or did you want it to resell?
Yeah. I mean, I was going to try and make.
Barbara needs that. Buy it for Barbara.
Yeah.
No. I won't put something over my head like that. Sorry.
Seen it when I go to the bins. So
yeah, bins is when I'm at the bins, I'm masked the entire time, for sure. Because I can't not dig into shoes just because someone's there. I'm like, I'm going for those shoes. It's like it's icing. I can't just wait.
I love shoes.
Yeah, I love sourcing shoes.
I would,
and I like listing them. They're so easy to photograph.
Oh yeah, like I got these Jack Rogers.
I've never found Jack Rogers.
These retail for $158.
Let's see them.
Hold on, they're brand spanky new.
Where'd you get them? Shop Goodwill?
Shop Goodwill or no? I got them at a high bid.
Okay.
The auction site.
Oh wow!
Oh, those are really pretty.
Ooh, they look like they smell like good leather.
They
do smell.
Like
I knew it. I knew it.
It's got a little buckle.
Oh my god, that's so cute!
Aren't they adorable? With
I would never wear them, but they're adorable.
I'd kill myself if I wore them. These are, what size are these? These are a 9. They're called Izzy. They're suede open-toed booties. This color is called Rust.
What are you going to list them at?
I think I'm going to list them at about $98 and then see
on Poshmark.
They're retail for $158
on Poshmark.
Yeah.
Why do you list at 98 and not at 100?
Because 98 sounds a lot cheaper than 100.
Yeah, but that doesn't work for Poshmark because people do searches based on price.
Right.
So if someone's searching for $50 to $100, it comes up, and if someone's searching 100 to whatever comes next, it shows up. So it shows up twice as often as it would otherwise.
Not anymore.
Why do you say that?
Because Poshmark has changed their algorithm.
Well, it has changed, but there's still 2 price categories that
I was just searching for something on there, and it doesn't search. It gives you the first maybe 5 items will be what you're looking for. And then after that, it's all sorts of things that have absolutely nothing to do with what you're looking for.
Well, that's true, but I still think you have a better shot of getting it. And I don't know, that retail trick, I don't know if it works so well anymore. I don't think I'm going to get more than probably half of what the original price was, but I'm going to start at. Oh yeah, it's 50 to 100 and then 100 to 250. Wow, that's a big jump.
Yeah. But if you look up Izzy, you look up Jack Rogers and Izzy, they don't sell for a whole, huge amount, even though they're expensive.
Well, we know that retail and resale are.
Two different things. That's why I'm going to put $98, and then I can mark them down. I'd rather go high and mark them down than.
Oh, I always go high, but I still go to 100. It works for me anyway.
But they're really cute, and
I never had the dip. You know the algorithm where everybody suddenly slowed down? I never really had that happen.
I didn't have that happen either.
I did.
Yeah, so I'm sticking with that.
the first one, the first thing when everybody's like, I was getting like 6 sales a day. But then when they changed it back, it was 2 weeks of nothing. So,
Yeah, my worst months this year were January and February, which was before it happened. Hey, Barbara, what's your closet name?
The lazy reseller.
Oh, it is? Okay.
I changed it.
and
I get it. I
mine,
had actually changed my name for a while to the accidental reseller, but it didn't fit. Okay, it's not coming up.
just try accidental researcher then instead of the
lazy reseller. No, I'm looking for hers.
Put in, it's one word.
I'm gonna turn it.
Oh, there you are. I
I'm
gotcha.
gonna turn this off on the live.
I
and we
gotcha.
can continue talking.
I'm following you now.